Good day, everyone. On behalf of Finest team, I'm here with my colleague, Nuna Polki. My name is Anastasia Mbite, and we'll discuss with you internationalization of preventive healthcare, the case of MyJA consortium, the entry strategy for Mexico market. What you should expect in this presentation is, number one, to discuss the transnational strategy for this internationalization task. And number two, why the target market of Mexico. Number three, we'll discuss the country-specific business concepts, and finally take you through the implementation plan and financial projections. Now let's look at the transnational strategy. In this next slide, here we are seeing a global workability as the part of the goal, as well as local relevance. So basically, we aim to preserve the efficacy of the AI platform and the coaching model, but we also need to align very strongly to the delivery with local culture and the regulations. This is a scalable, very high quality pathway in the international growth without the excessive direct capital investment. So let's proceed to why Mexico as our target market. When we look at the incidence of diabetes and obesity in Mexico, it's pretty high. Estimates speak about 30 to 37% of the population has high incidence of obesity. So this is, good numbers in terms of business to be able to proceed with this market. Now, a quick look at the pest analysis. In terms of the political landscape, you will see this in the next slide, is that it has a very strong and supportive public-private partnership, but at the same time, there's a strong focus on obesity and diabetes prevention. Now, the economic landscape portrays a very strong economy with an estimate of about 1.27 trillion USD in terms of the GDP. And additionally, there's a good percentage, which is 6.2% of the GDP that is allocated for healthcare spend. Socially, we have a very strong family dynamic-oriented market in Mexico. And in terms of the technology, there's smartphone penetration, especially in the urban areas, which will be very supportive for this service, as well as a quite developed infrastructure. Who are the stakeholders? So the stakeholders for this project, we'll see this in the next slide, is that especially in terms of the external stakeholders, Nuna, we have employers, we have insurers, we have healthcare providers, as well as government. Of course, internally, we have MyJA as the consortium and the franchisee model. And Nuna, you want to take us through the business concept?
Yes, sure. So, building on this landscape, we developed a Mexico-tailored business concept. This local adaptation focuses on three main areas: nutrition and food localization, then cultural sensitive coaching, and also regulatory compliance, ensuring all medical tests, data flows, and employment practices align with Mexican health and labor regulations. And then we will move on to the franchise model. The global level controls IP, the IE platform, data architecture, and quality standards. Regional coordination hubs manage training and compliance. A national master franchisee, ideal and large occupational health provider or insurer such as GNP Seguros or Salud Digna, oversees local adaptation, sales, and the onboarding of regional franchisees. Then we will move on to the implementation timeline. Our implementation plan is divided into 5 phases, which you see here in this slide. We are planning to expand to 10 to 15 regional franchises in late 2027. And before that, we will, in the early 2027, launch 2 to 3 pilot sites in major cities with large employers such as Grupo Bimbo or BBVA. And then About the financial projections, total initial investments for market entry is projected at 1.75 million euros, shared between the consortium and the Mexican master franchisee. Revenue streams include regional franchise fee, 6% monthly royalties, and 200 euros annual membership per employee. Revenue is expected to grow from 1.2 million euros to 8 million euros within 3 years. The break-even is projected by mid-2028 with a 35 to 40% return on investment. And then, in summary, Mexico offers both the highest need and the strongest condition for rapid adoption of preventive occupational health care. With a transnational strategy and a robust franchise model, MyJA can scale quickly, maintain global standards, and create measurable health and economic impact. Thank you for listening.